Hey everyone, welcome to the Bitcoin video that I'll be doing for you guys. It is March the 11th, 2020. And before I get into this, of course, this isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and I'm just giving my opinion, on the market. All right, so things have been kind of boring the last what, two days here? 2 days. It's been very boring. We've been kind of ranging down here, but what we've been actually doing is we've been allowing things to reset, especially the 12 hour. 12 hour has not crossed yet, but it is pretty darn close. It's pretty close. You got basically a 16.3 versus 16.7. Um, your quick is on 16.3 and your slower is on 16.7. So the leading is very close to crossing over the lagging, which is really what we're looking for. We're looking for this to cross. It hasn't happened yet. All right, but what else we have? What else do we have? We've got the 3 hour, which was down here with the 1 hour. And we moved ourselves up here into overbought conditions on the hourly, coming back down here into the oversold conditions again. The 3 hour also has, the 3 hour did cross up, and it just recently last night here right around the median it crossed down. So we see we have a sell signal right here on this candle on the 3 hour. So that happened about I don't know, 8 or 9 hours ago. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning, UTC -4. So right now, I do not believe is a good time to buy, but I do believe that that time is coming. I think that the time is coming where we will be having a good opportunity for buying. And I actually do believe it's going to be on this next push down. I do believe that we are going to raid these lows down here, potentially going below 76, 76.25. We've got our target sitting down here at about 7,200. Now I don't know if it's actually going to get that low. We would need to have a pretty steep sell-off for that to happen. And as much as we have just been kind of ranging here, I'm not sure if it's going to come down this low. Now I've got a bid down here that I've added just in case we do come down here to 7,200. But otherwise, I think that we are getting close to getting the trifecta that we talk about all the time. And again, when I talk about the trifecta, I talk about this all the time. So I'm going to be looking for the 1 hour, the 3 hour, and the 12 hour to all be in oversold conditions all at the same time. The last time this really happened was back here, 8,300. But the time before that, where things were really perfect, was right here on January 2nd. Looks very similar to what our indicator looks like right now. And of course, as we know, January 2nd was right here where the price was sitting at 6,900. Okay, the time before that, when things were really set up perfect, the price was down here at about 6,500. Everybody was scared. Everybody was thinking it was going to keep going down. We had a pretty nasty spike down here, again, to get down here to about 6,400, but we had a very nice recovery. Now, we want to see that. We want to see a nice recovery. Right now, we're just kind of ranging. It's pretty boring. But I do believe that we will get a tap into liquidity, tap into where the demand is, and we'll get that move up. Again, I don't know if it's going to go down to 7,200. That seems pretty steep to me. Again, looking at horizontals, let me go to a different time frame and just take a look at horizontals. I'll go to Bitstamp, and I'm going to remove the algo. And just take a look at horizontals, okay? So we're sitting, right here. We got to the bottom of this level right here. This was the 65 that we were talking about, right? So let me just zoom out and pull this over just to show this. Our 65 was at 76.32. We came down almost straight to it. Again, it wouldn't surprise me for us to come back down here again. Again, looking at our stochastics, our indicators, it does tell me that we are probably going to go back down there. But the 65 is also on a very interesting support level. So we've got our resistance here. Then it was turned support right here. And this is basically where we're testing right now. Again, if we break down and close below these levels, I do think it is very likely that we come back down here to below 7,000. So, I am taking a risk at buying down here. And maybe I'll end up with egg on my face at the end of the day. That's okay. But I am in a low leverage position anyway, so it doesn't really bother me too much if I take the loss. I'll be looking to get back in, likely on a move down here to about 6,800. But again, looking at horizontals, what I want to do is I'm going to blow everything away on this chart and get rid of all of my technicals. And I want to go to a weekly time frame. And what I want to do is I want to take a look at our weekly support and resistance levels. Okay. And what I'm looking at is right here at 7,500. This was one of the main reasons why I had a stop loss at 7,500, because right here at this zone, you can see we've got, resistance, 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 over and over and over and over and over. So 6 weeks in a row, that was resistance. We had support here. We had initial resistance on our way up back in May of 2019. We had support, 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 and then we had support again in October of 2019. And now we have seen that was resistance in December and in, I guess all of December and the last half of November of 2019. Now we're going to be coming back. We're going to be testing that. Again, I do expect that it is possible for us to wick through this. So that's something that we do have to keep an eye on. But from a candle perspective, if we close the weekly below 7,500, then we are likely going to make our way back down to 7,100 and then potentially 6,900. So again, I'm looking at this candle open and closure, and I'm looking at this candle open and closure. This one right here in line with this level back here is likely going to be that next level that we would be looking to raid if we close the weekly below this. I would say a closure below 7,500, even on a daily time frame, likely would lead us back down here to 6,900, maybe 7,000. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. Also, as far as the correlation across the markets go, we've been talking about that on the Discord. It's very interesting how the S&P, the Dow Jones, and Bitcoin are really all moving at almost the exact same rate. The only difference is, Bitcoin's a 24/7 market, and the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, and likely other markets as well, I just haven't been analyzing them, are really moving at the same rate. So I am expecting a bounce on Bitcoin in the next 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. Sometime within the next 2 weeks, Bitcoin is likely going to bounce. I feel pretty confident about that. And so that's why I am cautiously taking positions. Once that 12-hour, once the 12-hour crosses, so let me move back to 1 hour and get back to our indicators. Once this 12-hour crosses, let me pull this up. We're getting close. I don't know if you can see that very well. We haven't crossed, but we are just sandwiched. We are trying very hard to cross. Once this crosses, I will be looking for more aggressive long positions, because I think that time will be there. It would not surprise me again for Bitcoin to make a move down, because the 3-hour, as we can see, the 3-hour has crossed down. So the 3-hour is bearish. The 1 hour, we did have a bullish cross on that, but with a 3-hour pushing down on it, I wouldn't have taken a long position there. But if you were short, it would be an indication you probably should maybe take some profits. But nonetheless, I do think that we are going to be moving down, and this 12-hour again is likely going to be crossing in the next candle. So if I were to go to a 12-hour time frame, see how much time we have 9 hours and 50 minutes left. So very possible that even though this 12-hour is green, we do look like we are getting very close to crossing. The 12-hour looks a lot better when you're on a 12-hour time frame. So this looks like it does want to cross. It's not there yet, but we're getting very close. But be careful for something like this, where it crosses and then it crosses down again. So you have to trust it. You have to trust that 12-hour time frame, because when these things cross, that is a strong indication of a change in trend. So we had a bullish cross, a bearish cross, a bullish cross, and when that crossed, we did have that move up, and then we rolled over. So paying yourself along the way is quite wise. So right now, again, we're still in this boring range, unfortunately. We have our upper sitting here at about, about 8,000. We have our lower confidently sitting down here at about 7,800. If we close a 12-hour below 7,800, again, I think that increases chances we're going to be going lower. I wouldn't be surprised if we did have a wick down here to the downside, but you're going to want to look for absorption for that thing to be moving to the upside, and then for, of course, a continuation back up to 8,500, 8,400, where I expect there to be some resistance. I probably will scalp a short at 8,400, but I won't be holding that short for a long period of time. I'm going to keep my long position if we get up here to 8,400. I will scalp a short, and as long as the indications tell me that we are going to be kind of pulling back a little bit, I'll scalp that. And then, of course, I'll be looking for a continuation to the upside. And if you're in the Discord, you know where those targets are, so I won't cover those here. If you want access to our Discord, just throw in a comment. I'll be more than happy to get in by code out to you. If this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a good day, good night, good evening. Stay happy, stay healthy.